Okay, I have another update about the media and how you use the media in this mask. This will be our second update. Initially, when I looked at this media, I realized there was the HEPA side, which looks like this. It's very, very sort of very, very cottony, very almost like cotton candy. And when you handle this, please try not to damage the front side of that. And then there's this backing side, which is kind of like shiny and very fibrous looking. My own concern was that when we were using this, that possibly there might be some particles from the filter itself that could come through the backing. And so I chose, by my own thinking, to use 2 layers of filter in the mask when they went out. That would be one facing out and one facing in. So you had 2 layers in there when you got that mask. Or I asked you actually to change this in the first update. And a little bit of feedback from people using this mask was that it was very difficult to breathe through. So out of safety, I had chose that configuration, that setup. So I had communicated with the filter company, and they confirmed that there should not be any filter media itself coming through the media throughout through the backing to the person. So we're going to change that now. So this is a new configuration for the media. And by the way, they also confirmed that this media is the safest type of plastic, the filter media, that it's made out of the safest type of plastic in use today. It's all completely made out of polypropylene, which is actually the plastic that we use for food storage, like soda bottles and food containers. So it is a safe plastic in itself. So we're going to change that today. This is our second update, and so we're reversing some of the ideas or the way I put this mask together initially. So you're going to change this. Okay, so we'll set this aside. So your mask right now, if you followed the instructions in your first update or got a newer mask, or those of you that got this a little later on, will find that when you pop the media out, so if I keep that all together for the moment, there's the mouthpiece. Set that down. And then there is the 2 layers I just described. There's one facing in, and that's the HEPA side. And there's one facing out. This was the side to the world that was collecting any material coming in through your breathing. So the new configuration will be to lose the frontward facing piece. So we can set that aside or dispose of it, and I can actually reuse the piece that was facing me through the mouthpiece, since it shouldn't really have any debris from the outside world. Of course, you're handling these. If you want to just use a new piece and just kind of start out fresh, obviously that's an option for you. I'm just going to flip this around and use this piece over. So this is the HEPA side. This is the backing side. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the mask, like that. And then put the mouthpiece in, snap that together, and that's our new setup. One piece. It's a lot easier to breathe through this, and I got confirmation that it's safe to do it that way. And you're still getting HEPA filtration through this layer. And honestly, some people, if you look at any research on using filters, and you think, oh, if you put a double layer in here and somehow that doubles your protection, that's untrue. In fact, it's a very little increase on filtration. There is a little bit more filtration, but it's very little in terms of an increase. So the amount of breathing that you're doing through this mask, if you think, oh, I'll just leave 2 pieces in, it's probably going to be a lot harder to breathe through this mask, and you're not really accomplishing better filtration. So go ahead and reset your mask to this new setup. And as a reminder, when you get this media from me, it comes folded up like that to basically keep the inside clean. And when you get this media, you have to trim it. So don't forget to, in this video, if you're just deciding to put some new media in, you need to trim this. So this should fit. And this is the way you do it. Put it in the center of your media that I gave to you, and then just trim around and trim the corners, make sure it's nice and form-fitting to the space in there, and then make sure you install it facing in the right direction. And when you install this again, this is the HEPA side that faces out, and this is the side that's just behind, facing you through the mouthpiece. All right, that's update number 2 on the media.